Hello and welcome back to the DRoBets channel. It is week 4 of the 2025 MLS season kicking off here just in a few hours on Saturday afternoon. We've got a great slate this week. Looking back quickly at last week with our DFS player props, we went 1 and 2. Christian Espinoza did not have a goal or an assist because San Jose didn't score. Aaron Herrera came really close to cashing that plus 600. He didn't get it, but Ingvartson definitely did hit with the shots. And that's something I've learned as I've started getting heavily into MLS player props is that we're going to be sticking to shots from here and things like that. The goals and assists, they're just a little bit too volatile. I'll be playing them myself. Maybe I'll put out on X, kind of my different assist plays, but I'm not going to track those officially because those are just going to kind of be personal plays. But I have found 5 shot props that I really like this week, and then we're going to put those into an Underdog fantasy slip for their 30% soccer boost. So let's get right into it. Our first player prop, and it starts soon at 1:30 Central Time as the Chicago Fire are traveling to Toronto. We have a play on that game in the Best Bets video. Be sure to watch that one. But from the player prop side, we are going to be backing Federico Bernardeschi on Toronto FC to have at least 4 shots coming in at minus 117. Now, Bernardeschi has only hit this in 1 out of his 3 games so far this year, but this is Toronto FC's home opener, and he is much different at home than on the road. At home, he hit at least 4 shots in 9 out of 13 home games, and he hit at least 3 in 12 out of 13 home games. So he comes very close to this number or hits it way more than half the time. And then you look at the opponent. The Chicago Fire have allowed the 4th most shots this year. We have seen so many goals, both for and against, in Chicago Fire games. I think Bernardeschi is going to be really active in this one. He's really the best offensive option they have. And in a home opener, a little bit of extra juice there. I think 4 shots is if he scores 4 goals, he's going to get 4 shots. So we'll hope for that too. But 4 shots, minus 117. Next up, we are going to the 2:45 Central Time kickoff as Austin FC travels to LAFC, another game we have a play on from our best bets. But we are going to be backing Brandon Vasquez to have at least 3 shots coming in at plus 125. Now, this is definitely a scary play. I get it. We are not expecting a lot of offense out of Austin, for sure at LAFC, but pretty much any game. But Vasquez getting shots is something that has been very consistent. And to get 3 at a big plus money number, I really like it. Brandon Vasquez has had 12 shots in 3 games so far this season. He's got the 5th most shots in the league, and they haven't been playing easy games. At Portland, they had a home game against Colorado that they didn't win. Vasquez has yet to score a goal. I think he's going to be hungry, and I get it. They're playing LAFC. But when you look at the numbers for the 2 LAFC home games this year, they have allowed shots. Against Minnesota, they allowed 6 to Kelvin Yeboah, who I would say is a similar type of player to how Minnesota attacks, is that they really just have kind of 2 focal points, and Austin really has 1 focal point. They allowed 6 shots to Yeboah, and they allowed 3 to Tani Aloisei. So both of the forwards for Minnesota cleared this number. And then against NYCFC, they have a much more diverse attack with a lot more options. No forward got 3 shots, but they had 11 shots. And Martinez, Wolf, Morales, and Ilicic all got 2 shots. So they haven't had a problem getting forward and just kind of firing them up. They haven't been on goal. But we're not playing for Vasquez to get shots on goal. We're playing for him to just get 3 shots. Take it from the outside the box, take a header from across, a corner. 3 of them at plus 125. If this was negative money, if you're paying juice, I wouldn't play this. But at plus 125, this is impossible to pass up. Next up, we are going to Yankee Stadium where the New England Revolution are playing NYCFC, 6:30 p.m. Central kickoff, and we're going to do a parlay of Hannes Wolf to have at least 2 shots and Alonso Martinez to have at least 3 shots, and that is coming in at plus 106. Now, as I mentioned in the Vasquez play, this one is a little tricky because NYCFC has many different options. We don't know exactly what the starting lineup is going to be yet. If Maxi Morales plays, he could take a few of the shots away from these guys. So you may want to wait and see for lineups on this one. But if Wolf and Martinez are starting, this is a hammer play to me. I think the Revolution are going to give up a lot of shots. Now, they are a team that gives up a decent amount of shots, but New England actually has defensively the lowest XG per shot allowed in the league, which means they're giving up chances, but they're not giving up good chances. And in a condensed field like Yankee Stadium, I don't think the books quite take that into account when they are building shot props. Now, Wolf hit at least 2 shots in 12 out of 18 home starts last season, but 4 out of those 6 misses were home games played outside of Yankee Stadium. He only missed twice when playing home games at Yankee Stadium. And Martinez last season hit 3 shots in at least 7 out of 11 home starts, but 3 out of those 4 that he didn't hit, he didn't play 70 minutes. So 7 out of 8 home games where he has played at least 70 minutes, he has had 4 shots. And the loss was against Inter Miami last season, a team that keeps a lot of possession. So I feel like this is a really nice parlay at plus money. And finally, New England in their other road game this season at Nashville, they gave up 5 shots to Hani Mukhtar and 5 shots to Sam Surge. So I like for Hannes Wolf to get at least 2 shots and Alonso Martinez to get at least 3 shots. Next up, we are going to a team that treated us well last week, San Diego FC. They are hosting the Columbus Crew at Snapdragon Stadium on Saturday night, 9:30 p.m. Central Time kickoff. And we are going to go with Anders Dreyer to get at least 3 shots at -109. Now, I just see this as a very fair number for Dreyer. He's hit this in 2 out of his 3 games, and the only game he didn't hit, he had 2 shots, and that was a very defensive game against St. Louis City, who was bunkered in the whole time. So -109, it's a nice number. With San Diego, the tricky part is you're looking at Ingvartsen, who we cashed last week, Tomas Angel, who has been playing it forward. But with Chucky Lozano out, there's really only 3 guys in attack. It's Dreyer, Ingvartsen, and Angel. So, if you want to play Ingvartsen again, I don't mind it. But I think I like Dreyer a little bit more in this matchup against Columbus, who tends to play really good wingbacks that I think could limit the shots from the outside, like Ingvartsen. Dreyer's a little more central, likes to cut centrally. So I think there's going to be a few more opportunities for him in this one. I think they're going to get shots up, given his numbers. 3 shots for Andres Dreyer coming in at -109. And finally, this week, we are going to go to Sunday afternoon, another game that we have a play on in the best bets, Philadelphia and Nashville. And we are going to go with Jovan Lukic to have at least 2 shots coming in at +164. Now, if you want to do this one with a half unit, totally get it. This is a little bit speculative. I'm taking a little bit of a shot here, but Lukic is a player. He was a young Serbian midfielder who they put a little bit of money in. I know they're excited about this signing, and he played in a defensive role in the first week's game against Orlando City on the road. But in his last 2 games, Lukic has had 2 shots and 6 shots last week at the Revolution. They've been playing him a little bit more forward up the field. And against Nashville, as we mentioned, a team that does give up a decent amount of shots, and a Philadelphia offense that leads MLS in expected goals. Lukic is pushing up and he's getting those chances, the second balls that are being cleared out, and then he's picking them up and taking shots. To get 2 shots, they could fly into the river behind Subaru Park. I don't care. 2 shots at +164. That is just too big of a number for me to pass up. I want to take, no pun intended, a little shot on Lukic here for 2 shots. So that is going to be the 5th and final play. And so what I did for my 30% underdog boost is I combined a lot of these lines, my kind of favorite ones. They didn't have the Lukic shot prop. So what I did was Anders Dreyer over 2.5 shots. Brandon Vasquez actually over 1.5 shots. This is a little bit juiced, but if I like the over 2.5, I love the over 1.5. Alonso Martinez over 3.5 shots, and Federico Bernardeschi over 3.5 shots. All that together, I did the insured slip for the 4-man. It comes in at about 8-1 if you hit all 4, and about 2.1 to 1 if you hit 3 of the 4. If you're seeing this late and maybe you don't have Vasquez or Bernardeschi, I don't mind throwing in Ingvartsen for San Diego. I don't mind throwing in Hannes Wolf or maybe Maxi Morales as well for NYCFC, depending on the lineups. But that is going to be it for our player props video this week. Be sure to give me the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, watch our best bets video as well. A lot of those lines are still up. Some of them are gone now, but a lot of those lines are still up. All of these player props lines were still up as of recording this video. So yeah, lock those in. Let me know in the comments what you're seeing, if I missed anything here. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your bets this week.